Yeah, welcome back guys to my YouTube channel. And today we're going to be looking at another feature of Archicad. We're going to be looking at the 3D cutaway. Yeah, which is a feature of Archicad that allows you to slice your model in 3D view so that you can be able to access the inside. Or if you want to save the model in terms of a view, maybe a colored plan or that type of thing. So this feature allows you to enter inside without actually necessarily scrolling like I'm doing here. Can see I can either scroll inside like this, or I can either just cut it out and see the inside of my house using the 3D cutaway. So to access the 3D cutaway, you can either access it at the top bar here, which is this one, or you can either go to the view and you go to elements in 3D and then 3D cutaway. And then with that done, you can see it's going to appear in this form, in this thing here, this icon here, and it allows you now to select it. And you can now drag it downwards to cut away your model to your desired place. And when you finished it, you finalize. And after that, you can now just orbit your model like the way you used to do. But now you can now be able to see the interior of your model like this. So this is a 3D cutaway feature. It allows you to see the interior of your model, see how you have designed things, and see any faults in your model, and yeah, things like that. So if you, for example, if you want to save this as a plan view, you like go now to the, you go now to the 3D window and you now save it as a plan view. In terms of this, you just go to the, let me see again, the view map here and 3D view options. And then you're going to now change it to what you want. To go to 3D projection settings. And then I'm just going to change the parallel projections to the one that I want. I want the top view, so I'm just going to press OK, and it's going to actually save it in terms of this. So I can now just orbit my plan so that it can become straight like this, and you can see it's going to have something like this on your screen. So this is like a plan. So if you look at it, it's like a plan viewed from the top, but it's actually very colored. It's very realistic. So you can now just, if I'm doing this like this, I just made it be top view like that. You can just come here, you right click, and you can now save this one as a new 3D document from the 3D. So you can either save it as a, let's say, first floor colored view, and you can just create the 3D view from that. So yeah, so that it will create a new 3D view like this that is going to show everything. So if you want to just make sure it comes the way it was before, you just go to the 3D document settings and you change the model view options here to have the things that you had before. So I'm going to just click the surface color field foreground to be on. I want my uncut field to be, let me see. I want it to be color field, and I want my, what other things do you want for uncut things? Yeah, this is okay. The cut field, I want it to be surface color field shaded too. So if I finish that and press OK, it's going to turn back my model to what we had before. So you see, it has changed it in terms of, it has changed it from the 3D, it changed it from the 3D model to this view that is in plan. So this view is actually the 3D cut and put into the top view. So the good thing with this view, it shows the textures of things, so you can actually see how your building is going to look like from the top, and the type of surfaces that are going to be finished in your floor and those type of things. So this is the one of the functions of the 3D cutaway. So if I go back to my 3D model, the physical model, and I come here, you see it is still there in the 3D cutaway. I can escape now and take it again, and I can continue cutting it up, maybe let's say here for the ground floor, and then I finalize. And when I orbit like this, you can see it, my ground floor now is the one that is visible from the top. So if I see it like this, I can now go to my view, go to the 3D view options, the projections, and then they choose the top view in the perspective settings. and then you press OK. And with that done, you can now come back to your plan, and you see it's going to bring it in terms of the top view. So you can see your colored plan of your ground floor. So with that said, I can do the same that I did. I can just right click and I create a new view from the 3D. So I'm going to call it ground floor colored view. And then I'm going to create it, and then it's going to create a new view for me like this. So with this view created, actually I can just come to my 3D document settings again and do the same thing. Make the surface color fill foreground to be checked. Change the uncut fill to be the last one, the color fill shaded, and everything else I think is okay. So maybe if you want to add shadows too, you can click for the shadows and you can make sure the shadows are going to appear. I'm going to press OK, and let's see how things are going to look like. You see, when I click the shadows, it looks more realistic than before. It adds a bit of things to your plan. So this is how it's going to look like in your view. In terms of the realistic textures of your wall. And if you zoom in, if you keep in the walls to be realistic, you can still have your composite where you can still see the layers that constitute your wall. So yeah, this is a 3D cutaway, and it just allows you to manipulate your plan and generate things like this, and also view your plan from your from the 3D view. Actually, because viewing these things in these ways, it would be a bit hard if you didn't cut it down, if you didn't cut the model before you start viewing. So it can actually make you see how your plan is flowing, make you see the different rooms from above, and it's a good feature. So hope you've learned how you can use it. It's just a matter of going to the view and go to elements in 3D and choosing the 3D cutaway, or you can just make sure if your Archicad has it in the top bar option here, it's this icon here, it's the 3D cutaway. So if I want to now to take it back to where it was in my plan, my 3D view, I just come here and just make it go off like that, and it will just bring back my view for what it was before. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe so that I can continue giving you these small tips for Archicad, and you can become a good designer at the software and know a lot of things and continue learning in terms of designing with Archicad. So thanks for watching.